evening, Captain Crossair. Give Captain McKee the Crossair to firm time.
On a damp, cloudy night in November 2001, a routine flight was preparing to end its journey. Crossair Flight 3597, a modern Swiss Avro RJ100 jet, was on its final approach to Zurich Airport. On board were 28 passengers and 5 crew members returning from Berlin. The flight originated in Berlin and was on its final approach to Zurich during a night with low clouds and poor visibility. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe now, Red Dot Aviation. Due to local noise regulations, the airport had closed its main runway, equipped with a precise instrument landing system, ILS, after 10 p.m. The aircraft was instead directed to use runway 28, which only had a less accurate VOR/DME navigation aid. As the crew continued their approach without seeing the runway lights, the captain, Hans Ulrich Lutz, allowed the aircraft to descend persistently below the minimum descent altitude MDA. Neither he nor the first officer took action to correct this, and the aircraft impacted a wooded hillside near Bassersdorf, approximately 4 kilometers from the runway threshold, at 22:07 Eastern European Time. But the airport had a nightly curfew. To respect noise regulations, the main runway was closed. Instead of a precision-guided instrument landing system, Flight 3597 was directed to a secondary runway. This runway, number 28, relied on an older, less precise navigation system. As the jet descended through the thick cloud layer, the pilots were under pressure. They had to follow a specific step-down procedure, leveling off at a minimum descent altitude until they could visually see the runway lights. If they didn't see them, the rules were clear. They must go around. But on this night, that crucial rule was broken. For reasons investigators would later piece together, the captain allowed the aircraft to continue descending below the safety limit, without the runway in sight. In the control tower, a critical safety net was missing. The system designed to warn controllers of a dangerously low aircraft was not installed on that runway. There was no alarm, no last-minute call to pull up. At 22:07 local time, the inevitable happened. Still in the clouds and descending, the jet's landing gear clipped the tops of trees in a wooded hillside just 4 kilometers short of the runway. The aircraft tore through the forest, breaking apart before coming to a brutal stop. In an instant, the quiet night was shattered by the sounds of tearing metal and the ensuing silence. Miraculously, 9 people survived the impact, aided by rescue workers who rushed to the scene. But tragically, 24 of the 33 people on board lost their lives, including both pilots. The official investigation revealed a chain of errors. The approach chart used by the pilots didn't clearly show the high ground. The captain had a history of procedural errors, and the airport's infrastructure was lacking. It was a perfect storm of small failures leading to a major tragedy. The official investigation identified several contributing causes beyond the crew's actions. The Jeppesen approach chart used by the pilots did not depict the hill where the crash occurred. The runway also lacked a minimum safe altitude warning, MSAW system, which would have alerted air traffic control that the aircraft was flying too low. Furthermore, the equipment for measuring runway visibility was not functioning correctly, meaning the approach should not have been permitted under the prevailing conditions. The investigation also revealed that the captain had a history of performance issues, including a past incident where he retracted the landing gear while the aircraft was still on the ground. Among the 33 people on board, The 2 pilots were among the 24 who perished. The survivors included 2 flight attendants and 7 passengers. The crash claimed the lives of several notable individuals, including Melanie Thornton, the singer from the German Eurodance group La Bouche, and 2 members of the group Passion Fruit. In the aftermath of the disaster, safety improvements were implemented. Zurich Airport installed a full instrument landing system and an automatic warning system on runway 28. Additionally, airlines increased their focus on pilots' flight histories and proficiency. In 2002, Crossair ceased to exist and was merged into Swiss International Airlines. The crash of Crossair 3597 led to immediate changes. Zurich Airport installed a full instrument landing system and a ground proximity warning system on runway 28. The aviation industry renewed its focus on pilot training and adherence to procedures, no matter the pressure. The legacy of Flight 3597 is a somber one, a stark reminder written in the pages of aviation safety that in the sky the rules are not suggestions, and every layer of safety is there for a reason. Thank you for watching this complete video. Please like and subscribe our YouTube channel, Red Dot Aviation.